So Scream is my favorite horror movie of all time, and the new trailer for Scream 2022 just dropped. Then later today, I see both Dune and Halloween Kills. It's a good day. Let's do this.
This isn't funny, Amber.
Would you like to play a game, Tara?
Doors unlocked. All doors locked. Doors unlocked.
Hello?
It's happening. 3 attacks so far. Do you have a gun?
I'm Sidney Prescott. Of course I have a gun.
Something about this one just feels different.
Samantha?
I know who you are.
I've been through this a lot. This is your life now, which means that whoever this is gonna keep coming for you. You ready for this? Never.
Oh, stop. Wait.
There's certain rules to surviving.
The attacks were all on people related to the original killers.
Whatever his link is to our past, it's pulled us all back here. And I won't sleep until he's in the ground.
Hello, Sidney. It's an honor.
Alrighty, real quick before I start talking about it, be sure to tell me what you thought down below in the comments section. As I mentioned before, Scream is my favorite horror movie of all time, so I previously actually reviewed all 4 movies in the Scream series, as well as did a ranking of them. Now, this was like 4 years ago on my channel, so it's a little bit like a history lesson in how my channel has developed over the years to go check out those videos, but you can see them out right up here. I'm going to watch this trailer one more time, and then I'm going to start talking. So, as I've mentioned for the 3rd time now, Scream is my favorite horror movie of all time. So naturally, anytime they announce a new Scream movie with the original cast returning, I'm excited to check it out. And then when they announced that the team that did Ready or Not was going to be tackling it, I thought, of modern directors putting out horror films, that seems like a pretty good pairing if you're trying to do something a little bit different, but is in the same ballpark of kind of the tone. I thought that was a pretty good fit. But I've also always been a little bit skeptical about bringing the Scream franchise back, because what made the original magical, well, there were several ingredients to it, and some of it was just they had a great set of characters with a fresh take on the slasher genre, but a big part of it was the meta humor, the commentary, where you had this group of teenagers back in the mid-90s who had been raised during the golden age of slasher films, so they all had seen all those movies. Those had been the popular horror films of their time, and thus then they found themselves in one of the horror films. And it was that commentary and on the genre that had been so popular for the previous 20 years. And that hasn't been the case, though, for the last 20 years. Of course, we had Halloween 2018, but horror is in this interesting phase where it's a little bit more complex than that, because during the zeros, it was a lot of torture porn in the Saw franchise, and then you had the Paranormal Activity, and then the last decade, you had a lot of stuff like the Conjuring franchise dominating, and then you had A24, kind of psychological stuff happening now, and then likewise you have kind of the Jordan Peele, socially relevant straight of horror. And so it's not like you can have the social commentary in such a clear fashion as you could back in 1996. And that's been kind of my continual concern as to how that translates to continue the franchise, but have all the pieces that really made the original special. As I'm watching the trailer, that kind of continues to be my concern. It looks like a slick, well done slasher, continuing the mythology of the original films, which in and of itself, that's something I will go be there to see as soon as I can. I will be excited to check it out. As I've said many times before in my videos, I like when there's characters that are able to appear across decades, and so you see them at radically different phases of their life. And so in the case of now, Sidney Prescott in particular, the original batch, we'll have seen her during over half of her life at this point in time. And I think there's something to that that's kind of interesting and fascinating to see how these events shape someone's life, and even the humor in the trailers. Oh, do you have a gun? Sidney Prescott, of course I have a gun. That's exactly the sort of response that you'd kind of expect from someone that has spent far too much of their life tracking down slashers and killers. So in general, my concern that was always present, still present, of how are they going to capture that magic of the meta humor, the social commentary. And even on the humor side, there's a couple of those little jokes. Do you have a gun? I'm Sidney Prescott. But it doesn't just have that large in-your-face commentary that was so prominent during the initial Kevin Williamson run and Wes Craven run. So that concern is still there. But in regards to, did it look like something that I could have fun with, even if it doesn't have all the magic there? Yeah, I mean, the one thing I really appreciated was the acknowledgement of the advancement of technology. I saw the original Scream last night in a theater for the 25th anniversary, and it's kind of funny to watch it because, like, one of the reasons the original suspect is one of the suspects is because he has a cell phone, and like everyone in the theater started snickering a little bit as the police officer goes, "Why do you have a cell phone?" Everyone has a cell phone. So even in that little opening where they kind of had that person, the victim at their home, getting the phone call, it ties into the way kind of technology plays out with cell phones, landlines not being the main way that people answer their phone, and then technology being how people lock their doors, and all that feels like a modernization in a way that should be present, and all this stuff that a modern day person would watch the original Scream and like, man, things have changed. They don't have this, they don't have this, they don't have this. And that's immediately what you see in this trailer. So I appreciated all of that. So I am very excited to see the movie. Probably will be in my most anticipated of next year. And at the same time, I do have that skepticism as someone that loves the original so much. So we'll see how it plays out. I'm optimistic, but cautious at the same time. You can check out my other Scream content right over here. Thank you so much for watching, and keep talking movies too much.